It's here. It's day number 1 of the 2019 Motul Roof of Africa. Today is all about round the houses and the time trial. The bronzies, the silvers and the gold. This is where the journey begins.
We're out here at Round the Houses, first proper day, and yeah, we're just ready to put the head in the handlebars and hang it out the back wide open down the road, so it should be good.
The first job we got is the Round the Houses, so it's a big flat out race around the street. I got it wrong a few years ago and ended up sliding up the street on my ass, and I definitely don't want to do that again today.
Scott Bovary makes an early statement and storms to victory in front of a rapturous Maseru audience.
My dad did it back in the early 80s and he finished 6 roofs and cars. So yeah, part of our family to come up and try and complete it.
My son got me in the gym and started to get it fit a bit, and the conversation came up about the roof.
One of my good mates, he took a bet against me and I wouldn't do the Roof Africa. And obviously a bit of intoxication, the bet was on, and we have to live up to it.
So it's good to be back here at the Motul Roof Africa. Looking back on roof, I haven't been here in 2 years, unfortunately, due to some serious injuries and that. So yeah, looking to come back. Last time I did roof was 2016 and I won 2 of the 3 days. So yeah, definitely last time I saw was pretty good. So 2 podiums, looking forward to trying to get back up there again and mixing with the front guys.
For the last 2 years, according to the rules here, I had to race on a 150, which for me was a big disadvantage. But now I'm on the 300, my bike's feeling very good. I've done a lot of international races on that 300 and I'm feeling very excited and very confident coming into this race. I think I've got a lot of experience gained overseas and yeah, I know what to expect. It's no longer a rookie coming into this race, and I think hopefully this year I can bridge that gap from being the youngster into finally competing against the pros. So I'm here to prove myself and let's see what happens.
So I've been riding since I was about 9 years old. Took a short break after I broke my leg, so that was a bit intimidating for me. But came back and I think I came back much stronger. And this year being 16, the regulations allowed me to do the roof and I'll be riding the bronze class. So Wade won the roof when he was 16 and I was watching, I think I was about 12 or 11 and that really motivated me. If he could do it, I could do something equally incredible. He was asked the question in the conference and there was more, I think, a word of advice for me to take it as it comes and grab it with the horns.
Hi, my name is Wade Steele-Smith. Well, I'm officially the oldest gold rider in the gold class this year. The only other rider that's a little bit older than me is Chris Birch. I think he's 56, but that's not official. Yeah, it's such a personal challenge and you really suffer. I mean, it's not like you enjoy it out there for 10, 12 hours. I think to finish a gold roof of Africa is an accomplishment in life. Guys sitting there, oh, I'm 45, I'm too old to ride, I'm this and that. Hang now. Graham Jarvis is 70, and check it in. He's doing very, very well. So, no, he's not really 70. He's 5 years younger than me. I'm going to take him on a corner, and I'm going to say, hey, Lighty, you must get out my way.
In 2019, the Motul Roof of Africa brings the sport of enduro to the people. Large crowds have gathered to witness gold riders bashing bars as they lock horns in an early race battle.
So obviously we're pushing hard, yeah, but we also know where the limit is, so we're not going overboard here. We know what the main focus and goal is.
Done the first heat and I ended up winning it, which was quite a surprise. I was sitting in third and I was pretty happy with that, and then the two guys in front of me made some mistakes and I ended up winning it.
Pretty cool concept, you know, good crowd here, middle of town, you know, the track's really good, it's rideable, nothing too difficult, and it's a good concept. It's one place the fans can see it.
Yeah, on to the semi-finals. Plan is to qualify obviously for the finals, and then in the finals really want to get a good position and set off for a good starting position tomorrow.
You start first, you're 30 seconds or maybe a minute, you have an advantage, so it does help you. You know, you also want to go into tomorrow confident, knowing that I won yesterday or I was in the top 3 also.
So we're just running through the box, making sure everything is okay. It's quite hectic on the box. This Enduro Cross is another story, eh, Matt? Smashing some bash plates, smashing some locks, splatting. But yeah, getting it done. The boys are doing well. Just working through the bike, making sure everything is fresh for the next round.
We're in the final now, so now that the bar bashing really starts.
Wade Young sends the crowd into delirium and wins the Enduro Cross event in the hearts of the people of Missouri.
Yeah, overall it was a really good day and super happy to have such a fan base here and the guys really supporting me. So yeah, it was a good week, first day should I say. But the real racing starts tomorrow.
Today has been all about qualifying. Out in the Maluti Mountains, the silver and the bronze have got the job done out at Thaba Basu. But down here behind me, outside of the Masuru Mall, it's been all about Enduro Cross. Wade Young has been the man to beat the whole way through the day. Fastest in qualifying, fastest on the heat races, and went on to take the big win on the main event. That means tomorrow, when we go racing in the mountains, here's the first man out on the trails. Behind him will be another man that's taken 4 wins. Wade's taken 4. Jarvis has also taken 4. He moves into a 2 spot, and Flanagan will be third wheel. Remember, Flanagan comes off a 3rd place from the 2018 running of the event and definitely wants to move 1 step higher. Enduro Cross was off the hook. Tomorrow, we go playing in the mountains. And then, it's definitely going to be the official beginning of Roof 2019.
Certainly a very early good morning from Lesotho, and I suppose what one would call the true start to the 2019 Roof of Africa. Let's have a look at what today holds. It's cloudy, it's nice and cool, and I think that plays into the hands of the likes of Graham Jarvis, who certainly would have suffered in the heat. Let's see what the first day in the mountains holds for us.
Today, I think, is the day for conserving yourself, coming in this evening at the correct striking position for Saturday. But yeah, the mountains will bring many challenges. We hear a lot of stuff. I think that a lot of guys are so nervous about the event.
Well, nobody scares me at 44 years old. I don't really care. I just go out and ride. You know, I've achieved a lot. You know, doesn't matter win or lose. Obviously, I want to win.
and I think it's going to be a lot of mental toughness that comes into play on that day. So.
Coughing around on all the technical.
Drink, check. Check the drink.
On the shelf.
Where's Kevin?
There's some food if you want. Oh, don't squeeze, just suck.
Another stupid one. Who's behind me? 1 minute.
Yeah, it was really cool today. We had a long day in the saddle. Unfortunately, had two small areas which costed me a lot. So, I mean, it happens. It's the sport, and yeah. So anyway, that set me back quite a bit. But I'm glad to see I was hanging up with the top guys, and I had the pace to hang there. So that's, yeah, I guess a positive I'll take out of it. And
a lot of passes, and yeah, out there for nearly 8 hours. But I enjoyed it. It's good to be back, and yeah, it all went pretty good. Apart from, you know, had a couple of crashes, and you know, didn't smash the front pipe a little bit, dented that. But we got to the finish, and looking forward to tomorrow.
I think I've come in provisionally 11th, so I'm super stoked with that. So yeah, happy, long day, 8.5 hours on the bike, but no, fitness good, bike was good, and yeah, big thanks to the team again.
It's a different experience racing the roof when you're not fit. Today was very challenging. It was just perfect. It's really tough, but that's what it's supposed to be. I found the altitude really hard. You know, I live at sea level and I'm not super fit, so when we were right up the top, you know, 3,000 meters for a while, I was getting quite lightheaded, and I found that really challenging. Really cool. So many people out there on the route and so many spectators, and you know, it's getting pretty tired and going to some pretty dark places. But then it gives you such a huge boost when you see all those people out there, and it's very, very much appreciated.
Probably just too slow. It's awesome ride, beautiful. Technical, not too technical I suppose, but we've just stopped and deliberated. We're too slow, we think.
Yeah, we're a bit disappointed, but still a great day out in the mountains, so it was good.
And will you be back?
Yes, for sure.
It was absolutely amazing. The views were out of this world. We were so high in these mountains. I don't think there was ever people there. So it was beautiful, but we're a bit slow, eh? So us old bullies will go back to the drawing board and come back with a new game plan.
I think the altitude got hold of me, because as soon as you go above 2,000 sea level, there is no oxygen. So then the brain stops working, the water stops going in, and then the mind switches off. So a small hill becomes a freaking mountain.
It's a really hard thing to say and to quantify and come. I don't really have the words to explain it, to be honest, but you know, it's just the adventure side of it is so huge. Like, we just, you know, you're away from civilization, you're away from everything, you're in the mountains with just you and your motorbike and a bunch of mates, and it is, I think, probably the greatest adventure you can have on a dirt bike these days. You know, a lot of the races we've done around the world, the areas are getting more and more squeezed. You know, you kind of know where you are the whole time, whereas in this race, it's, you know, it's proper mountains, a real extreme adventure with a motorbike.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys wearing caps saying "Make Roof Great Again," and I really think they have. The guys that are organising this year have put in so much effort, and they've proved themselves previously with other races how good they are at their job, and can only bring good. I mean, change is always good, and this year at the Roof, I think that it's known as the mother of hard enduro, so if it doesn't live up to their expectations, then yeah, they can't keep that time.
I think the roof's unique because the terrain's completely different. So many loose rocks and the passes, you don't get that anywhere else, and you know, the length of the days as well. The terrain's just different to anywhere else, and you know, the weather and you know.
Hey, my name's Tora Trofim, and I'm here with my father. We are on a journey, on a 3-month journey with our Husqvarna 701, and we already rode like 6,000 kilometers, and now we wanted to visit the roof, and now we are here.
We are just here to watch the roof and to watch Graham Jarvis on his Husqvarna.
We want him to win the roof.
The roof has always been one of my dreams. I've come up to watch it from 2010, 2014, 2015. It's always been a dream of mine. And I just thought this year is the year, you know, you've got to do it, you've got to chase your dreams. So committed the year to training hard, paying the money, and yeah, doing it.
I don't think you're going to experience it any other way. I mean, if you want to do it, get out here, get a bike, train a bit, come ride it. It's an amazing experience. It's a pity so few people can actually experience it. It was an absolute
Proper. I'll tell you, Jaron, he's a legend. That was a good ride, eh? Bit quick for an old toppie, but it was proper. I loved it, eh? Every second. Best ride ever.
Now I'm confused. Now I want my...
Burning the midnight oil.
Now I'm preparing Kevin Covey's bike for tomorrow. For last day tomorrow in the Group of Africa.
One more day in the mountains, guys, and we're going to be wrapping up shop for 2019 running of the Motul Roof of Africa. Yesterday was a banger. The fastest guys coming in just over the 7-hour marker. The slowest guys almost 12 hours in the seat, and that was some of our very strong gold finishers. We got almost a full contingent of bronze finishers, and they're going to go out there one more time to do it. But at 6 o'clock is coming up, and Wade Young has got a 23-minute advantage, and in Roof of Africa language, that's massive.
Today's going to be quite a long fight, I think, till the end. And yeah, we managed to pull a bit of time on Graham coming into the finish because there was quite a bit of dust. So we'll see what happens today. I'm going to push hard and see how I go.
It was a tough day yesterday, so the body's definitely tired and that. So yeah, we worked on the bike and did a few changes for today. So we're hoping for a really good day, try and catch up some time and push hard.
Yeah, feeling a bit sore this morning. It was a long day yesterday, so just try and get warmed up again and hopefully get into it today.
Yesterday, but it was good. It was nice and technical. It was long. So yeah, and going into day two, I think we're going to have a bit of a shorter day, but I think it's going to be just as hard, if not harder. So.
Today, the route was like more creative, so it wasn't just, we'll go up this pass, this pass, this pass. It was, we'll go up this pass, and then we'll do all these cool mountainsides, and you actually, you got out the rocks and got on some dirt and sort of showcased all the riding that's in Lesotho. riding the Masuda, it's really tough, really challenging, but it's so beautiful. You know, it's quite unique. Like, I'm lucky I've ridden in over 50 countries now, and there's nowhere like this in the world that I've seen.
Yeah, you know, they navigate well, so, you know, they're good to follow, but it's just hard to lose them on anything. You know, gain a little bit on the hard stuff maybe, but then it's hard to gain enough.
Yesterday was pretty much where I pushed as hard as I could yesterday, and then today I just sort of relaxed. Well, I wouldn't say relaxed, but I just felt a bit no pressure from the other guys and that, and yeah, I'm just so happy to get to the finish line and have my first victory here, so it's awesome.
Yeah, so that's the end of the roof. It was a very tough one again this year. Well done to Sharon Moore and his team and Altitude for setting such a well-organised event. And yeah, geez, what a race. It was flipping gnarly and long, but I'm happy to be here. So, geez, Graham actually pulled away from me this morning and I had to put the hammer down. Eventually found him. He was a bit lost, and then we stuck together until here. But sure, what a race.
I wasn't quite sure that I didn't actually know that Scott had left before me, and when I got to the top of the hill after that, I heard that he was a minute or so ahead. So I tried my hardest from there on to push as hard as I could. Literally, I've never pushed so hard in my life as the last 20k or 56. I don't know how long, but apparently it's 3 seconds. I'm on the podium by, and yeah, it makes the whole day's pushing worth it. That's the case. To beat one of my idols in riding is incredible. It's to be honest, it was my goal to do it. Hopefully before the old man retires, just to beat him just once. But yeah, what a legend, and yeah, obviously being on the podium means everything. It's the biggest race we have, and it's a proud moment. Really cool. Definitely a highlight today was just the whole race. Managed to pull a bit with the guys and lead quite a bit, so I'm pretty stoked how it all turned out. I'm very happy with my ride and happy with the whole Roof Africa 2019 turned out.
Burnt all my matches yesterday a bit, so yeah, just coming today, just try to keep with the pack and try and push hard and not let anyone catch me from behind. It was really, I don't know, I haven't really ridden like this since I got injured, so yeah, when the day got long I started to struggle a little bit, but yeah, all good, one step forward, so yeah, we're looking forward to next year. Yeah, I know exactly where I wanted to be, but still very tough with 5th place overall in gold, and tough days and yeah, very tough route, so tough.
Yeah, I've always wanted to move up. I started in bronze and then moved up to silver last year and had a 5th place finish this year, first obviously. And yeah, I'm really stoked. I won the National Fair Championship, so that's also a big win. So 2 big wins this year is really nice. And then next year I need to keep pushing and try to go for gold. Not the win, but try a top 20 finish.
Good. It was pretty dry. It was quite hot today with all the sun. There was no clouds, but it was good. It was a bit more in your face, more technical than yesterday, so I liked it more today. But overall, it went pretty smooth, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. Just actually, my first year, I just wanted to stay in bronze, and then next year I'll move up to silver. Depending on how well I do next year in silver, then I'll go to gold next year or the year after that.
This is the last man standing.
Yeah, last man standing. It's been an epic ride. We've been going since about 8:30 this morning. I don't even know what the time is. First roof, won't be the last.
Long day in the saddle, long hours, but definitely as you persevered, the climbs were awesome. Everything was set out. I wouldn't change anything for the world.
We got to the service today. The lady next to me has done 2 roofs, and I told her it's my toughest day riding. And then we went into hell. After service was chaos. It was flipping those adverse on the edge of the cliff, that sandstone, the climbs. It was just in your face, in your face, in your face, right until the end. The oak that put the messages on the rocks was a sadist. I need to have a chat with him. He puts a message on the rock, okay, well done. And then you got 10 k's to go. So you think, oh, we're cruising back into hell, right until a cave. It was flipping. But yeah, I'm chuffed to have made it. It's you only realize your limits once you've tested them. And I've got big respect for those boys that did silver and gold. They are machines. They are machines, boys and girls.
Yeah, awesome though. Awesome event, the way they organised the whole thing. Really, Sharon's out of his boots. I think a lot of people now are going to join this bronze event, and there'll be a lot more riders next year coming. It was awesome. The tracks were hard enough for you to do enough training, and just if you've got experience and you've got a bit of talent, you'll get through bronze.
We thought it was tough because of the distance and whatnot. We thought we might have a bit of an easier day today, and that was not the case. They just make us do pass after pass after pass, and it was hard the whole way through. So wouldn't expect anything less. Just so happy to finish.
Incredible. It was unlike anything I've ever done before. You know, I'm used to doing races, but 3 days is something else.
And there's no better fitness than this, riding 11 hours yesterday, 10 hours today. You have to dig deep, it's good for the mind, and it's a nice way to end the year.
The gold and the silver and the bronze classes, it's good because the bronze in the past has maybe been too hard for the guys, and that's where you bring up the youngsters and you bring up the weekend warriors, the guys that want to do the Roof of Africa. You know, those guys move on and do the silver classes and do the gold classes eventually. So it's great.
I'll tell you what, I've done 11 roofs. I finished 9. The last one was 2005. Incredible, well done Sharon, well done to the team. But my God, you lied to me, I should have done bronze though. But anyway, it was cool, well done, fantastic riding.
It's 7 o'clock. The guys have been out on the track now for about 12 hours. And this is the Motul Roof of Africa 2019. What more